Welcome back to another tier list, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be ranking horror remakes. Today we have Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw, Child's Play, Halloween, It Chapter 1, Evil Dead, The Omen, Nightmare on Elm Street, Psycho, Hellraiser, and The Evil Dead 2. Alright, kicking it off with the 2009 Friday the 13th. Now, I don't know if this is a hot take at all, but this might be my favorite Friday the 13th. I really like this one. I like the cast, Jared Padalecki and Daniel Panabaker as well. It's got some great quotes, like "your tits are stupendous." I don't know. I really like this one. I love that the beginning is like a short film and like the whole story is kind of like the original 1, 2, and 3 combined. Yeah, I just really like that. I think it's a lot of fun. I would have loved to have seen a sequel to this one. Actually, you know what? We're going to switch that right now. The B is going to be... I just totally got this. Hold on. I can't believe I didn't think of that before this. So our new top twos are I Want a Sequel and Better Than the OG. I think that is much better. Okay, so back to Friday the 13th. I like a lot of this movie. The ending is a little for me. I don't. It's kind of whatever, the way they like him getting chained up and, you know, sucked in and all chopped up. And I do remember hearing that like the sequel, I think the sequel was gonna get into Freddy's father, I think, and some stuff like that. So I don't necessarily know if I would want that sequel, but I would really like a sequel to this movie. I like this Jason a lot. Like I said, I like the cast. I think Jason's just really scary in this one. I love his little underground tunnel system. I also just really like the look of this movie. It's got a really good vibe. It's really good. Like I said, I think this is my favorite Friday the 13th, which actually that's not true because Freddy vs. Jason is my favorite Friday the 13th, which might even be a worst answer. I don't know. But so what we're gonna do, I think I'm honestly gonna put the Friday the 13th movie in I Want a Sequel, because I do think it is 100% better than the original. That might be blasphemy for some people, but the original is boring as hell. I get it, you know, it has its moments, but it's pretty boring, and I just think this one's a lot better, so I'm putting this one in I Want a Sequel. All right, what's next? Ooh, we got the 2003 Texas Chainsaw.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
This movie used to scare the absolute fucking shit out of me. This is the one with Jessica Biel, and then I don't know anybody else's name in the movie. The sheriff is just fucking creepy, and he's almost worse than Leatherface in this. This whole movie just looks dirty. I like this movie, but I have a hard time actually wanting to put it on because it just gives me gross vibes. But it is done very well. This is probably the best Leatherface movie. I really do enjoy the prequel one of this, and even the later one with I can't remember her name. I like a couple of these movies, but I do think this one's the more watchable one. Like a lot of these other movies, like I can enjoy bits of the OG Texas Chainsaw, but I find that kind of boring as well. Like it's fun, but whatever. It's not really my cup of tea. I'm gonna put this in Better Than Original. I don't know if I really want a sequel to this because I don't really care, but I like this one. Ooh, next we have the Child's Play reboot. It does have Aubrey Plaza, which is a big plus. I like this one. It is kind of just Child's Play, but a robot. That's like the only real difference. And Mark Hamill is Chucky now this time. It's a good movie. It's a lot of fun. The more I rewatch it, the more I kind of the less I like it.
That's no way to treat your best friend.
And the biggest thing going against this movie is the Chucky doll. If the Chucky doll was better in this movie, I think it'd be a lot better on a rewatch, but I don't know. It's just, if I'm gonna watch Chucky, I might as well just watch normal Chucky, you know? That being said, though, I really do like it. I think this is a good movie. I'm gonna put this one in good, but the OG is better. Ooh, we got the Rob Zombie Halloween movie. I have a lot of fun with the Rob Zombie Halloween movie, and I think it's also because I don't even know what this version is called. But way back in the day, when my parents used to go to these people's house and party all the time, like for Halloween parties and stuff like that, I used to go into like their theater room and I would just watch their movies, and they had a pirated version of Halloween before it came out, and it had complete different music in the movie, some different scenes. Like it's a version I've never seen since, and I loved that version. And so every time I watch this movie, I'm a little disappointed that I can't get that version of it because I really like it. I don't even know how I would find that, how to even look that up. But other than that, the actual movie, I do enjoy. It's kind of weird because some of it is like a Rob Zombie reimagining of what Michael Myers should be like, and then the rest of the movie is just like a really fast-paced, like brutal version of the John Carpenter Halloween. But I do like this one a lot. It's definitely not better than the original, even though it does have Chucky in it. Chucky being in it's pretty fun. I'm gonna put it in good, but the OG's better. I debated putting it in the same movie, but it is different enough. I also don't like just how brutal this movie is, just just like with the language, and I know that sounds stupid to complain about, but just like making Michael Myers' mom a stripper and the stepdad in the beginning, or real dad, whatever he is, all that stuff. It's just like, that's so unnecessary, and it just makes it hard to rewatch the movie, you know? But at the same time, that feels very Rob Zombie. Like when you're seeing those scenes, you're like, I'm definitely watching a Rob Zombie movie right now. Is that Junie from Spy Kids getting the shit kicked out of him? Oh, fuck. That's always been so fun to me in this, that Junie from Spy Kids is in this, and you get to see him die. That is a big plus. All right, now we're going over to It Chapter 1. I did think about putting It Chapter 2 on here as well, because, you know, we do, like, they have both parts of that. But I was like, whatever, I'll just combine it into this. We don't need more than this. Now, I think it's pretty obvious that this is better than the original, just because the original is a TV movie, you know? That being said, though, I think we could have a much better It. I honestly think if we kind of quit with this whole, let's split it into two parts, if we just made a really long movie, I think we could do a much better version. But I'm going to put this in better than OG. I really like this movie. It Chapter 2 is okay. I feel like, you know, they always kind of fuck up with them as adults, but It Chapter 1's really fun. Next, we're on to The Evil Dead. This movie scared the bejesus out of me when I saw it in theaters.
You are all going to die tonight.
Back in 2013, this movie was so fun to see in theaters. Now I just, you know, I watch it. It's just like a fun Evil Dead movie. But back then, seeing this in theaters, that was fucking crazy. This is a fun reboot. This is one that's like, this is the same premise, like the same story. I guess it's not really the same premise, because the first one isn't about like getting your friend clean off drugs. But it's the same kind of idea. Cabin in the woods, same shit happens. And I think the whole cast in this is great. It's got fucking crazy deaths. The title card's always fun. I love the opening little bit. However many years before, that girl and like talking to her father and they burn her and all that, that's really good. And then obviously the ending with the rain and the chainsaw, that's fun. I really like this movie. Do I think this is better than the original? I do think I would watch this one before I watched the original. No, I would debate on watching Evil Dead 2 before this one. And even Army of Darkness. Yeah, honestly, I am going to put this one in better than the original. I think it is. The Omen. I'm a huge Omen fan. I have been since I was a wee little boy, and I thought I liked this movie. But then, like a year back or so, I was rewatching them all, and we got to this one. And this one, it is just fucking like the same movie. It's like the Psycho, where it's like a shot-for-shot remake of the first Omen, except now Liv Schreiber's the dad, and so on. But oh my God, is this one boring? I had such this was just so boring. I don't know if it's because I just watched the first movie, so it felt like I was watching the same thing, but just not as good. I don't know. I just don't like this one. And I like even some of the other shittier Omens, so you think I'd be fine with this one. And I do really like Liv Schreiber, so you think that'd be a plus as well. But I don't know. I just thought this one was pretty boring, so I'm gonna put this one in the same movie. And it being in the same movie means it's the same movie, so I might as well watch the original. That's just such a long fucking title. I can't put that whole thing in there. Come on. All right, boys and girls. Now we're on to A Nightmare on Elm Street. Fuck me in the ass. I want to put it in They Should Have Let the Series Die, but I don't actually agree with that because I love Freddy. I wish I actually made a category here in the middle, so I'm going to put this one in the same movie, even though you know I don't believe that. But this one, this is so bad. It's fucking... Jackie Earle Haley's doing his best. I don't blame him. Kyle Gallner, I love, and I wish I could love this movie more, because it'd be so fun to have a Kyle Gallner Nightmare on Elm Street, but like, even he can't save this movie. And then Rooney Mara, she didn't even want to be there, so she hated being Nancy the whole time, which you could tell while watching. Yeah, it's just not good. I will say, I love Katie Cassidy in this. Honestly, if they made Katie Cassidy the main character, if they would have done a little switcheroo where instead of Nancy being the main character, Nancy dies, and we followed Katie Cassidy's character the whole time, I would have really liked that a lot better. But yeah, I will give this movie that some of the kills look kind of fun, even though a lot of them are CGI. The ones that aren't, I guess those are pretty fun. I like what they do with the lighting sometimes, especially like the beginning of the diner and stuff like that. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to like about this movie, unfortunately. And then ever since fucking this movie, we haven't gotten a new Freddy, for fuck's sake. It's been like 15 years. But yeah, like I said, that's going into the same movie, even though I wish it was in the category in between there. I just, honestly, let's actually put it in Should Have Let the Series Die, because it killed the series, so I guess let's just leave it there. Next, we have Psycho.
Mother! Oh, God! Mother!
This is the Vince Vaughn Psycho. I actually really enjoyed this movie. Even though this one is a shot-for-shot remake, I have a lot of fun with this one. This was one of the first, like, I think I might have even saw this before I saw the original Psycho. It's not better than the original. I'm gonna put it actually in good, but the OG is better. It's fun, but it is just the same movie, except you could see Anne Heche's butthole in this version. And you could watch Vince Vaughn jerk off, I guess, if you like that. Next, we have Hellraiser from 2022. This movie, we'll do some positives first. Jamie Clayton did a great job as Pinhead. I really liked their Pinhead in this. That was a lot of fun. But really, other than that, oh my god. The first time I watched this movie, I really liked it. And I saw this before I saw any of the other Hellraisers. So then seeing the other ones, I was like, fuck, these are great. Like 1, 2, and 3. Had a blast watching those. And then eventually you come back to this one. This one is very boring. And I love that they actually like did a movie where the Cenobites are the actual like fucking antagonists, and like they're part of the story, and you could tell this was actually supposed to be a Hellraiser movie, unlike a lot of the later ones. But yeah, it just was not as great on the rewatch. I did not enjoy it as much. Very unfortunate, because I had a really good time the first time, so watching it again, I was so disappointed that I didn't like it. But yeah, I just thought it was very boring. I liked the cast too, but I just didn't care this time. I'm gonna put it in good, but the OG is better, but it's definitely at the bottom of this. And honestly, kind of wish it could be in between here. We're down to the last movie now, and the last one I have on here is Evil Dead 2. And why I put this on here is because this is basically a remake of Evil Dead 1. Groovy. So this is another one that it is the same movie, so I should put it in this category. But I do think this is better than the original Evil Dead. I think this is like, it's almost like if you look at Terrifier and Terrifier 2, where Terrifier is like a proof of concept, that's kind of how you can kind of view Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. So I'm putting it in better than the, oh wait, if I put 2 of these better than, actually yeah, that works. So I am going to put this in better than OG, which is, apparently I fucking hate the original Evil Dead. Which isn't the case at all, but I do think these are much better than it. Evil Dead 2 is just a better version of it. You get through the whole beginning a lot fast. It just goes so quick through him and his girlfriend, and then it's Ash by himself, and I just have a blast with it. That movie is so fun. It also sets up Army in Darkness and everywhere else we go with Ash later on. I think it's also, I just love the goofiness of the Evil Dead movies, and this is a really goofy movie. This one has a lot of just like little antics of him shooting at the wall, like chasing his hand and stuff like that. Son of a... I just love those little bits, especially the Deadites coming back to him and just like talking to him. I could watch that all day. But all right, that's my list. That's my ranking for horror remakes. I know there's a lot more out there, so if you have any suggestions down below, I could do a part 2 if you'd like. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Comment down below maybe your ranking for how you'd rank these horror remakes, and we'll see you guys next time.